Okay. So would you be able to tell me what would you like to work with?
I can say the same task that I've been discussing, right, in the last.
If there's something where you feel you would need more help, then you can. Or you can pick up a new topic also. Matlab, either ways is fine.
Anxiety.
Okay. And would you be able to tell me anxiety about?
Uh, More or less generalized.
Okay, I'm doing this demo as a part of the demo, but remember from a therapy process point of view, this will become a part of therapy. But the mode of working will remain the same. Is that okay? So for those of you who are not from the therapy background, would ideally not take up anxiety when they work. Okay. Kiran, would you be able to give me a bit more detail about what's happening with you?
So it's like sometimes I just feel that my heartbeats are increasing, and and then there comes a point where I just stop, and I have a few tears just with, maybe even without a reason, and then after that I'm back.
Okay. Anything else?
And yeah, before the heartbeat starts, at some time I can feel that my mood is changing or I'm getting a little low. I feel the lack of energy. So when I start feeling the lack of energy, I know I need to I need to stop and deal with this and then come back to work.
Okay. Anything else that comes to your mind?
When I'm constructively engaged, I don't feel anything. I don't have these things of feeling anxious. So when there's anything work related or my schedule is such where I am into it or I have multiple tasks, I don't. I know I will not get into this one.
So would it be, how would you put it? So when you're constructively engaged, you don't.
Feel anxious.
All right. Anything else that comes to your mind?
Yeah, a few times at night I may not be able to sleep as quickly as I would fall off asleep. Even though I'm physically tired, like I want to sleep, but even then, if I've experienced this during the day, I'm not able to at night fall off asleep soon.
Okay. All right, perfect. So if you had to summarize all of this for me in a couple of lines, how would you summarize that?
So on a day where I am not completely constructively engaged, I may have a time where I feel anxious, and while I feel anxious, my heart beats increase, and as it increases, I feel the need to take the time out. While I'm taking the time out, I may have a few tears, but after the tears, I um, I am able to go back to the task that I was doing. And there are times when I also feel a lack of energy before I get the heartbeats increasing. That is my trigger point where I know that I am going to be I might feel anxious further. And on days where I have felt like this, it gets a little difficult for me to sleep at night.
Perfect. And then you can summarize this a bit more for me on a day when I'm not completely constructively engaged.
I feel lack of energy, um, and then my heartbeats increase. After my heartbeats increase, I may have a few tears. Once I have the tears out, I feel relaxed and I'm able to continue the task that I was engaged in, or just feel relaxed. On these days, I may not be able to sleep as well as I would on another day when I don't feel anxious.
Okay. Perfect. Can you read this a couple of times? You can read this mentally. And then if I were to ask you to reframe this by filling in the blanks below, how would you do that? And this is only to describe the problem.
Okay. I feel anxious about. I don't know the about actually.
Tell me whatever comes to your mind for now. It's okay. Or you can.
Probably about
Hmm.
probably about not being constructively engaged.
Okay. When?
Uh, when I feel low on energy.
Can you read this a couple of times? And let me know if this describes what you're feeling to a large extent, or would you like to change it in any way?
It does, but the about. So there are times when this is not my own. It's just there, like it becomes like a pattern, and then I don't know. It's like typical the generalized anxiety what you feel. So at that time, it not necessarily that my thought is about not being engaged. Yeah, it is one factor that plays a role, but there are instances when it's not about this. It's about nothing at times, like literally nothing.
Still, when I feel low on energy,
Yeah,
does this describe the problem more clearly?
yeah,
Okay. Now, for all of you, once you have done level 2, you will learn a process called transformational metaphor. Ideally, if I was taking a therapy session with Kiran, that would have been the first thing that I would have done after this. I'm continuing with the same demo forward because this will still be done, but this would have been the second step. Is that okay? Yes, no, perfect.
I didn't really
Yes.
understand.
Okay, so right now when I'm working with her, because we are not covering transformational metaphor in level 1, I'm not doing that process, but otherwise because she's having anxiety, with anxiety, the first step I would have taken in therapy would be the transformational metaphor. And after that, I would have done the soft C. So there would just have been a change in sequence. Generally, we do soft C first. In anxiety cases or intense negative emotion cases, we do garden metaphor first.
Okay, understood.
So I'm just clarifying that because फिर मैं level 2 में जब आप लोगों को बोलूंगा पहले garden metaphor करना है, so you will get confused कि हमने level 1 में क्यों नहीं किया था. And that's only for intense negative emotion and specifically in that anxiety.
Understood.
So, Kiran, when you look at this above sentence, the above two sentences, just read them a couple of times and let me know what is the outcome that you're looking for.
I wish I don't. I am calm about not being constructively engaged, even when I am low on energy or when I feel euthymia.
Can you say that again? When I?
When I feel euthymic, like no high energy,
Kiran, I'm not able to hear you.
when I
Then I lost
feel
you over there. Can you say that again?
when I feel when I don't when I'm normal, I would say, like neither low neither high on energy.
Okay. So can we just put it
Say
like this only? I wish I'm calm about not being constructively engaged.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Uh, can you read this a couple of times and let me know, is this what you are looking for?
Yeah.
Also, when you're not being constructively engaged, what are you doing?
Uh, Probably just apparently the normal stuff where you're just relaxing, you're just watching TV, or you're not. It's nothing. Your tasks are not very work oriented tasks, basically, as in professionally oriented tasks.
Okay. And when you say that, if you have to give it some terminology, how would you describe it? That this is what I am doing when I'm not doing professional related tasks.
Self care.
So can you add the word self-care somewhere instead of not being constructively engaged?
I wish I am calm when I'm caring for myself.
Okay. Can you read this a couple of times? Does this make sense
Yeah,
completely?
yeah,
So by the end of the session or by the end of the number of sessions that we are doing, you are able to, when you're able to reach this, you're able to feel calm about caring for yourself. That would be a good enough solution outcome.
yeah.
Perfect. Brilliant. Is this clear for all of you till here?
Yes.
Okay. So if you notice, actually, it's quite simple. What I've done is I've asked her to tell me her concerns. She gave it to me. I made a note of all of that, what she told me. And I kept asking her anything else that comes to your mind. Right? So you're asking them to define what's happening right now. From there, you go to, can you summarize this for me in a couple of lines? And then can you go into the format? She made one format and then she said, this is not, it's there, but it's not perfectly defining it. So I said, can we define it again? And then the outcome, in the outcome, she mentioned what she mentioned, and then there was the word not over there. Remember, we said that we generally prefer to avoid not. So I asked her, if you are not doing this, what are you doing? And she gave me that answer, and we put it in the sentence. And then we checked it again with her. Is this exactly what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Anyone who has any questions on this?
It seems clear till here.
All of us?
Yes.
Perfect.